after pushing some buttons and pulling levers and cranking some cranks, Resident Evil style, in our time machine, we are back. And as you can see from this screen, we've had a bid for centre forward Hervey. I put Hervey on the transfer list and I said I was open to reasonable offers. So we have an offer above the transfer market value. It will free up £1,440 in wages. And I put Hervey on the list because he's 26 years old and there are players in the squad already that can develop to a better level than Hervey. Even though Hervey is my preferred goal poacher style, I can train others to be goal poacher. So we're going to accept this deal. Don't need to fiddle with it because it's already above the market value. And we're going to say goodbye to Hervey. And what that means is that, as you can see, we've got a salary budget there of 4,230 at the minute. The salary budget I'm finding when I do playthroughs in default, and you saw the settings that I had it on for the wages and also for the transfer budget money. I just leave it as is. I'm not fiddling with it. So the salary budget is the main one that I have to juggle. Now, I mentioned about that I'd put the youth players to an OPR of 67. What I also did was take their ages down to 15. And what that does is, because that's the lowest age in the game, it means that if you sign them, you can have them for longer, so they have more potential to develop, and also they get more affinity with the club if you keep them, and they learn more things like skills and, you know, get your bonuses of protégés and all that sort of good stuff. So that's why I've taken the age down to 15 for all of them, because I don't know which ones I'm going to sign. You know, they've all got slight tweaks here and there and do different things and a different physique. So, you know, if I do multiple playthroughs, then I could, you know, potentially use them all, but I'm not going to be using them all. I'm just going to be using ones to fill in the gaps of what I think the default squad needs. Being down at an OPR level of 67, you can see there the first team salary weekly wage that they get, which is 2,250. The higher the OPR, the higher that wage. The lower the OPR, the lower the wage. So if you are going to be doing anything like this, what you need to do is you need to go into the edit before you start your Master League. If you start your Master League campaign and then go into the edit, these won't be affected. So if you're doing any editing, you do that first and then you start your new Master League campaign. So all of these have a weekly wage at the moment with their OPR of 2,250. As you can see, I think there's a couple ones there that are slightly different, like Viner's on 2,520 and these two, Napier and Rads, I'm just going to call him Rads, nearly 3,000 there. A couple of others 2,500, but you get the general idea is that most of them, you know, are kind of affordable. Okay, so that's that. While I'm here, I can show you my game plan. I always have fluid formation on, so if you see my playthroughs before, you'll see that. Over the years, my settings for the team have slightly changed here and there. So, for example, in fluid formation, when we have the ball at kickoff, we're like that. And you can see the positions there: Hetic in defensive mid, Arcas in attacking mid. I'll walk you through why I've put these players in. You know, why Coolfield's at left back, why Shipper's at right side mid. I'll walk you through all that in a bit. But when we attack, we look like that, and that should not be like that, actually, because I don't want Arcas as centre forward there. I want him slightly back, playing that support striker role. So there you go, you saw the tweak as it happened. Shouldn't be like that, not for me. And in fact, I'm just going to move Goyos across more central. Slightly there. Get these two tighter. Alright. Slight tweaks as they happen. So attacking like that, so Sarnoon and Shipper will go right way forward when we attack, and Caulfield and Gyorza will push up supporting in the left and right midfield positions. Hettich will go centre mid, and as you can see there, the one, the only, Jerry Rice goes attacking midfield. When we defend, I like to bring people back. So I like stamina in my team, and I like work rate. And that's going to take some getting towards on professional difficulty, so we're going to struggle basically. But when we get going, this is the way that I like to play PES. Jerry and Hettich should be tighter. Again, you two get tighter in front of that back four, please. Work together and cooperate. They drop into defensive midfield. Arcas drops into centre mid, and Goyas drops back to support striker. So you can see here, Arcas in his defensive duty goes centre mid. In his kickoff, he goes attack mid. And then when we attack, he goes support striker. So Arcas fulfills 3 roles. Nicely in this iteration of PES, as you can see there, it gives you a little colour-coded bar of the positions that they do secondary and also their primary. So as you can see, primary, Arcas can do attacking midfield and support striker. I'd like him to be able to fulfill that centre midfield role as well. Similarly, Gyorza will be able to do the right midfield position, hopefully, and if we do hang on to Caulfield, he's 20 years old. That's why he's there. That's why Jerry's there. He's 20 years old. Jerry's got more potential to develop than Rami, who's 34, and Caulfield has more potential to develop than Soric, who's 24, and I put Soric on the transfer list anyway, so right, so there we are with our formation and our fluid formation. Walk you through the other settings that I like to do. Possession, short pass, attack wide. I do like width, and I also like the ability to play through the centre. I like my teams to be able to do that. You can see the support range there and maintain formation. Defensively, front line pressure, middle, conservative defensive line, and compactness. And centering targets, tick attacker, deep defensive line, and wing back if I bother to use them. If I bother. Okay, so that is my lineup. Shipper is in place of Pallister because Shipper has more potential development than Pallister. So I put Pallister on the transfer list. So I've sorted out the ones I want to keep, the ones I'm keeping at the moment. So I've sorted out the ones I'm keeping for good and the ones I'm keeping for the moment. As you can see from the youth team, there's plenty of potential to bring in, for positions that I should need. But you get the gist of it. Professional difficulty, default Master League squad, and we're not going for high-end OPRs. Obviously, the youth team are 15 across the board for development time, so you can see the style of playthrough that I'm going for here. Right, I shall catch you for further updates. Take care.